Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you're having a good one. There is so much going on. I couldn't fit it all into the Crypto Minute. I mean, I've got like, what is this? 2, 6, I've got like 9 points that I just could not hit in the Crypto Minute. I think I got to 6 of them. Actually, no, I think I got to 5 of them. But we're going to cover them all right here. So let's start off with the New York Department of Financial Services. They have removed XRP from the green list. If you're not on the green list, you're not supposed to be doing that business, in or handling that particular asset in New York State, right? Or New York City. But a lawyer, Ripple lawyer said, hey, look, listen, wait a minute. Where's that coming from? Because Ripple has been deemed to not be a security. So what's your problem? And I point back to something I've been saying for a while, that New York State doesn't have a freaking clue as to what the hell it's doing with regard to digital assets. Would you like me to say it again? For anybody that works in the New York Department of Financial Services, are they paying attention? We are losing market share on a state-to-state basis. We're losing market share for all the businesses that are out there. Once again, California is outpacing New York with regard to new projects and everything else. I mean, look at SUI. SUI hasn't been around for a long time, and they're based in California and thriving. So I don't understand why New York State is taking the exact opposite approach and trying to make it so that businesses have a hard time doing business in New York State. But I digress. The problem is that attorneys are looking at this and saying, where's this coming from? Again, Judge Torres said XRP is not a security. If it is not a security, why is it not on the green list? Why is it not on the green list? So there are some serious allegations floating around about that. And if you live in New York like I do, you have an issue with that, which is why being a digital nomad, in another country is kind of a big deal. Why? Because it enables you to do things, not be hemmed up by a state like New York, who seems to be going rogue at the moment. Just saying, making it difficult for people to deal with things that are legal by New York, by federal standards, rather. So I really want to understand how it got dropped off the green list. Did somebody make a faux pas? Did somebody mess up? Was there some kind of external influence? Just what the hell was it? On the flip side, in Europe, I try not to be as animated as I have been, but New York sometimes pisses me off. Love my state, but wow. We need new people, new blood, just more thoughtful approaches toward things, and we need freaking transparency. Anyway, in Europe, talking about transparency, let me get this right, the European Securities and Markets Authorities are seeking public input with regard to categorizing crypto assets. They want them to be seen as financial assets. Of course you do. For those that are non-transferable and, for those that are not non-transferable and not otherwise affected by the new MiCA regulations, right? MiCA, whatever it is. And that's actually a very big deal because they're expecting the crypto market to grow to be 18.5 billion by 2028. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, boy, that's a low number. That's a really low number. But that's still upward momentum for the space, and I think that they should be paying attention to that. On other international news, Binance has partnered with a few Swiss banks, to mitigate and respond to counterparty risk. It also means that those with large amounts of investments can hold their crypto externally at some of those banks. That's huge. That's a huge move. That is a huge move. Decreases fraud risk, just risk in general. So that's actually a very big deal. It's moves like that I look at and say, that's going toward infrastructure, real infrastructure that's going to be used. That's something I like. And I actually have some good news about Doge. Mark Cuban came out and said that Doge is still being accepted as payment by the Dallas Mavericks. That's actually pretty cool. I reported on that a long time ago, but I think the biggest significance is that there's somebody out there that's saying, hey, it's crypto. So if it's good crypto, there's always at least one use case, and that's normal everyday transactions. So just saying, that's actually really good news, which is why you saw Doge pop a little bit. Not necessarily the same kind of pop that happens with, because he just likes manipulating things. But that's actually good news for Doge. Do I think that there are better choices that the Dallas Mavericks could make if they're going to accept crypto? They should accept also not replace, but also accept these other crypto. Yeah, I think there are. If you want to know, ask me. I'll tell you. Global expansion at Ripple, that is a thing. That is a thing. Even with all of their, court events and everything that's going on against the SEC, they're like, nah, we got to grow. And they're growing internationally, in Europe, in Canada. They're growing internationally. What they're doing, and I said this a while ago, and I don't think people paid attention to me. There are companies that are saying, we want to reduce the risk that we carry within the United States. Meaning, we do business in the United States. Yes, we might even be domiciled in the United States, meaning that's our headquarters. But we want to spread out that risk. We kind of want to be elsewhere too. Leverage those resources elsewhere. So for a company like Ripple to say, yeah, we're going international and we need these people in other places, that's a very big deal. Toronto, on the other hand, that's a straight up slap in the face in the United States. I'm not even going to play. Yes, they speak French and they speak English, but the fact is that it's just over the border. To me, it's just over the border. I can drive to Toronto. I love Toronto, by the way. Food game there is just ridiculous. A few friends there live there, and food game is ridiculous. But to be expanding, on an international level is kind of really cool. Also, the XRP Ledger Foundation is saying, listen, the deal that we have with PeerSyst Technology, yes, it is to develop a sidechain, but it's not an EVM. It's not to build a sidechain for XRPL and to get in there. They're saying it's totally separate and distinct from XRP Ledger. I'm all for it, because now I really want to know what the hell it is. I'm all about it. I am all about it. So I'm just correcting my notes right here. I want to see what they wind up doing with it. That's really what I'm looking for. So what is it? What are you going to do with it? How are you going to leverage it? More transactions. Remember, very much, I guess we have to look at this differently. We're talking about the XRPL Foundation, not Ripple. Ripple's focus is institutional investment. XRPL Foundation is focused on the usefulness, right? So institution versus usefulness, these are things that could happen that could actually facilitate greater retail involvement. We'll see what it is. We really will see what it is. I don't know, right? The inflows of Blackrock as well as Fidelity outshined the outflows of Grayscale, which Grayscale's outflows are declining. They still hold a boatload of BTC, but they were dumping a hell of a lot. But the inflows are huge over at Fidelity and BlackRock. Right now, it really is a two-player game between those two, which is why Invesco and Galaxy are like, yeah, we're gonna lower some rates. that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna lower some rates. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. If you want to be a part of the story, you have to make it worthwhile for people to want to do business with you, right? Lowering the rates makes it easier for people to make that decision. Because what's the other differentiator? There isn't one. Right? I want to know that if I give you my money to manage, some of this money is going over here, over there, over here, over there. Great. and the overall price that I'm paying for that management of my money, right? Because remember, these companies make money whether your holdings go up or down in value. They're making their money. Ding, 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 every month. Ding, ding, ding. So that's, something for you to pay attention to when you're making your investments. Again, there are a lot of people out there that are happy to be involved, happy to have exposure to Bitcoin as an investment, but do not want the physical responsibility of managing their own coins, right? I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that at all. I'm happy that there is some kind of an on-ramp to digital assets for people. Now, some companies are thinking that the Ethereum spot ETFs won't happen until 2025, 2026. I think that's insane. I think that's insane. And the reason why I think it's insane is because Ethereum is also not a security. There's already a rule book on how to submit your application, what's necessary, what's needed. The case against Ethereum versus the case against Bitcoin, totally different. They couldn't go after Ethereum, right? So if you couldn't go after Ethereum, it should take you a heartbeat to actually approve some of these spot Bitcoin ETFs. I'm suspecting there are two ways it can go, because I think March, I don't think a positive decision is going to happen in March. I think they'll push it back. They'll relook at it in May. But if something doesn't happen by May of this year, you're going to see lawsuits. I think you would see lawsuits fly quickly. Very quickly, which would go against Hester Pierce's idea that there's no lawsuit necessary. Again, she's just like me, or I'm just like her. She's smarter than I am, I believe. And she's like, listen, how you do it, the book's been written already. There shouldn't be a problem. If everybody in submitting their application has dotted their I's, crossed their T's, checked everything, spell checked everything, up, down, sideways, left, right, diagonally, all that good stuff, like Willy Wonka. You should already, it should not be that hard to make that happen. I'm in agreement. I'm very much in agreement, but you know what we should do? That's right. We should get into the numbers. So that's what we're going to do. So let's just refresh this real quick. I haven't refreshed it in about 10, 15 minutes. So let's do that. Give me a moment. And there you go. Let's just make sure all the columns are the right size so we can read things. There you go. All right. So who's on the naughty list on this side? And it stops real fast. That's it. Boom. So since I don't care about any of those coins, let's just see who's moving sideways. Chili's is moving sideways. Lido is moving sideways. Dog with Hat moving sideways, or their losses, slowed down. Injective, basically at 1%. Yeah, that you're not doing anything. Pepe at 1% movement. Okay. But I'm still not touching Pepe. Pepe's a mess. It's a mess. I told you people before. I don't, there are too many things with regard to meme coins that make me stop and go, you're a mess. Show me something before I invest in you. And Pepe has demonstrated that they're a mess. So who's here on the good side? And you can see all the way down. Everybody on this list is looking on the good side. I really need to look at what is this Bitensor Tau coin. So what is that? I mean, they're ranked number 39, right? So I have like this thing that I have a decent interest in any coin that's within the top 50. And then my interest wanes as you get into the top 100 and the top 150, and I go all the way up to 250. But Bitensor, or I would just call it Tau. I'm just going to call it Tau. It's a lot easier. Sometimes I look at these names and I'm just like, what are you people, stupid? Can you please name something that people can pronounce, or get the word out more? Make it a game, something, so that people like me don't mispronounce things. I hate mispronouncing things. Like the head of the XRP Foundation, I can't pronounce his last name, and I haven't heard his last name pronounced. So I refuse to even try to pronounce that man's last name. I don't need him flying to New York and kicking my tail. It's not a thing. Doesn't sound fun. And he wouldn't. Scicoin is up 12%. Who else is up? Let's see. Render is up 11%. Even Thorchain is up 10%. That's pretty cool. Stacks is up. Got to pay attention to Stacks. If you're not paying attention to Stacks, you're really not paying attention to Bitcoin. You should be paying attention to Stacks if you're paying attention to Bitcoin. Stacks is up 8%. Staked Lido on Sol is up 8%. Interesting. Not something that I'm involved with, but it is an interesting thing. Solana is up 8%. Sui is up 8%, which is very interesting to me. Who else on here? Jito is up 8%. Cardano is up 7%. I told you, we hit that dip. That was the buying opportunity. We should have been paying attention. That's really what I'm saying to you, is what we should be paying attention to everything that's going on. In terms of the earnings calendar, let's see. I don't know, because I can see the dates right here. I guess it's supposed to be Microsoft, Google, Advanced Micro Devices, AMD. Danaher, I don't know who they are. Pfizer, I know who they are because we're doing some work with an oncology healthcare educational provider. We're working with them, doing a lot of stuff. It's called Current Care. She teaches nurses, or they're teaching nurses and other healthcare professionals. So that's actually pretty cool. Starbucks is reporting. Don't like Starbucks, period. They screwed up. Don't like Starbucks, period. Mondelez is up. Chubb is up. Should be paying attention to Chubb. Insurance should be paying attention to that. Marathon is up. Wow, General Motors did not realize. MSCI is up. So I'm paying attention to all of these that could affect you on the stock market side, right? I mean, it has nothing to do with crypto, but it does have everything to do with stocks. And I do stocks. As a matter of fact, you guys can probably start seeing me talk more about stocks, more about other investments. What I'm going to try to do is keep the crypto conversation to the crypto conversation, and then probably start new podcasts, new shows on those other topics so that we can have clean spaces for what we're talking about. I'm still going to talk to you about earnings like these. The reason why is because as the stock market rises, that could have a general effect on the digital asset space. We're not expecting too much today. We have job openings. We have the Case-Shiller home price index in 20 cities that's coming out. Consumer confidence comes out today. For those people that are thinking that the Fed's going to raise interest rates this month, it's not going to happen. For those people that are thinking that the Fed might raise interest rates in March, I don't think that's going to happen. There's a small chance, and that chance has grown a little bit because people are saying that, Fed Chair Powell has, made certain intimations that things could happen. I don't think so. It's too early in the year. I think it's too early in the year. Even if you're a conspiracy theorist and said, "Oh, well, he wants to lower rates, to make the economy look good for Biden," it would be too soon. It would be too soon. It would be better to start it in that July, that June, July timeframe. But I'm thinking July to August timeframe. That would be much better. Much better. Why? Because now you get the pop from the news. But also, I don't think the numbers bear out that he has to raise rates in March. He said, the whole committee said, listen, we're going to have higher rates for a longer period of time, period. I don't understand why people are having a hard time with that. It could just be me. Fear and Greed Index is up, as I stated. I think it's going to go up again. Today it's at 61. That's cute. What's really cool is total value locked is at $76 billion, which had been low before. If we can stay within my yellow band, and I'll show you my yellow band in a minute. If we could stay above that 44,761, I think it is, that's when you're going to see TVL hit 80 billion, which is what I really want. That's really what I'm looking for. You can see right here in my yellow band that I'm talking about. My yellow band goes from 41,416 all the way up to 44,741, and we're beginning to trade within that band. We hit yesterday, came back in it. Now we're trading within that space. I think that's a very big deal. If we can go lateral or even stay up, upper half of this band for a little while, that's when you're going to start to see things take off. I think that you have the halving event that's coming. Miners that still might sell off a little bit more and cause a little bit of downward pressure because they need the equipment. They're not leaving the space. They need the money to buy more equipment. Pay attention. Now on the big board, you see everything. Oh, it's red. No, it's not really red. There's a small dip that's going on right now. Normal intraday trading stuff, but everything's up. Bitcoin is up $43,000, above $43,000. Ethereum is up over $2,300. These are the things that I'm paying attention to. Remember, it's just a few days ago that Ethereum was in the 2,600 range. I'm also paying big attention to Solana. Solana was only $90. It was less than that just a few days ago. And here it is at $104. I told you what I was going to get into. This is what I'm talking about. Cardano was under 50 cents. It's at 52 cents. Again, I'm paying attention to what these projects are all about, what they're doing, how they're being used, what their community is talking about, what's the new buzz? Is there anything positive that's being said on the street? Have they had any network outages, anything, any bad news? And if not, yeah, I'm paying attention. Then the only thing I'm doing now is I'm playing the numbers. Does this one go up as much as this one in a bull market? Do they have the same kind of use cases? I want best of breed. Depends on what I'm interested in, what I'm trying to do at that point in time. But that's what I'm talking about. We do have. I wanted to make another announcement. We do have clients that are like, yeah, we'll pay you in Bitcoin, not a problem. Boom. Like that has been picking up. I've been waiting 2 years for that. We've been accepting. We have been able to accept crypto for over 5 years, and it's only now that we have clients saying, oh yeah, no, we can take care of that, not a problem. Boom. Thank you very much. So yeah, I'm paying attention to these things. I really, really am. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, drop me a note. Let me know you like it. If you have suggestions, questions, concerns, anything like that, hit me up on growmybag.tv and let's get into it. We have a lot more things going on over there. We have a lot more things coming. Yes, we're changing the homepage because it looks like crap. And we're changing that. I'm hoping we'll have it changed by the end of the week and you can see all the things that we've got. All right. Don't forget all of the articles that I'm talking about, all the topics that I'm talking about are articles on the website. Have a good one. Bye-bye.